lighting, but we should be we should be fine. We should be fine. Might be a little echoey, so I apologize for that in this particular room. But come on in. Hello, Benita. Let me know when you have come in and you are joining. I will. I'm thinking 30 minutes or less, if not 15, 15 to 30 minutes. This live should be, and yes, then we should definitely be good because I am hoping that all of any questions that anybody had, you did see it already on the website. And so, and when you filled out the form, hello, hello, thank you everybody who is popping in. I am just going to give it just a few more seconds, maybe about 60 more seconds, to give people who might be considering to jump on in. Hello, Leah. Hello, everybody. Come on in. I have notes just in case there is notepad, I should say, just in case there is a question that I don't have an immediate answer to, but I should. So I want everybody to come on in. Let me know that you are in. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. This is the Q&A, the live for the 2025 Luxury Summer Retreat. And so I wanted to come in just to answer any questions that anybody may have. Hello, everybody. Come on in. Like I said, I'm just giving it just a few more seconds for people to kind of see that live pop up in their feed and get and receive notifications. So yeah, I am coming in to answer any questions that you all may have in regards to the Luxury Summer Retreat. I first want to thank everybody who has signed up, who has registered. I greatly appreciate it. I do not take it lightly. You all know from last year, 2023, when I did the workshop, in-person workshop here in Texas, so well received, and so many people wanted something like this, a more multi-day event where they're sewing, creating, and everything over multiple days. And so I said I would consider it, and because there's a lot of planning, a lot of preparation, and a lot of the administrative stuff, I do have some help, but most of the administrative stuff fall on me. And I'm a super duper planner, and so I knew that trying to pull this off the following year with just being me, that wasn't going to happen. And so I knew 2025 was more realistic. And so that gave me all of last year to do a lot of the back end planning and then to roll out, obviously, the registration in January. Now that registration did open up to those individuals who were on the interest form. And so those who did fill out that, talked about that for months. That fill out the form, you will be the first to know, you'll be the first to register, because there was a limit, a capacity limit of 30 for the retreat. And so people who are interested, I figure, if people really are interested and want to attend, they'll get on this list, and when the registration opens, then boom, they can go ahead, pay the deposit and register. For those who don't know, and for those who are on the list, I believe it was probably November when I did a first outreach to that list of individuals, letting them know at that time. I let everybody know back in November what the deposit amount would be and kind of how the process would go, and any updates between then and the actual open registration. I will keep everybody updated. And so that's exactly what I did. There was a minor change. It wasn't that complicated, but I did have to go back to the venue because based on the responses in that form, majority of there were so many people that wanted to hello, thank you for joining. They either wanted to room by themselves. They only wanted to room with maybe one other person, because initially I was thinking to myself, oh, maybe we'll just have 3 people to a room. That was that wasn't based on anything other than I was like, okay, maybe three to a room, and just to make it more feasible for people. But the amount of people that came back and said, no, I want to room by myself. No, there's this person I want to room with, or these couple people I wanted to be very specific. So what I did, like I said, go back to the venue, kind of rework everything, and then I was able to set up the lodging tiering system, which is what you see on the website. So you can either choose lodging for you're by yourself, lodging with two people, or lodging with three people. And so, and each level has a different upcharge for that. So yeah, that is what you see out there. And then also, what else did I add? I can't think if there was something else different that I added outside of the lodging. Again, with the dietary needs, as I had stated at the time when the interest form was available, is that we will do our best to accommodate, because there is a chef. There will be food prepared every single day, and so all dietary needs will be taken in consideration. But we are not, if you're keto, if you're paleo, we're not doing any of that. It's just I ask very specific questions, whether you're vegetarian, vegan, that type thing, gluten free, so that at least we can get something to the chef of the venue, of the property, to be able to work with. And because we're not going to have, all this for the keto people, this is for this people, and that. No, we're not doing that, but but want to accommodate as much as possible. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for popping in. I really do appreciate it. I'm just answering any questions, so please feel free, pop them out there. Get the questions out there. I can answer. Like I said, this shouldn't be over 30 minutes. I'm thinking maybe 15 at best. It's 6:07 by my time. And so, hello, Carol. Thank you for joining. It's 6:07. And so 6:15, we'll see where we at, how many questions are coming in. As I'm talking, throw your questions in there. Throw them in there. A couple things I do want to highlight. At the time of this recording, I am going to check registration right now. I checked earlier and I thought, that's what I thought. We only have one spot left. So if you're thinking about it, and you're like, yes, I want to come, I say go ahead and register. Go ahead and register. And then our capacity will be hit. We have 30 person capacity for the retreat, and we are at 29. One more. So that is what I am monitoring while we are on, because a few people did just register within the past 30 minutes, and so that is awesome. I'm very excited about that. So if you are wanting to register, I say jump off this live and go ahead and register. Now, having said that about registration, and I did mention this, if you're not on the newsletter list, you wouldn't have seen this, but I did make sure it was updated on the website and on the registration page as well. If you register and do not pay when prompted to pay, you will receive a email reminder within 24 hours. And if you still do not pay, your registration form will automatically be deleted, so that spot is open for somebody else who is going to pay their registration. And so, just so you know, if you did register, and actually, to be honest, there is nobody. Let me refresh, because sometimes the payments are delayed by a few minutes. It looks like there's, out of the 29 that have all paid, out of the 29 that have registered, 28 have paid. It looked like there is a payment for one person that is pending. Like I said, I'm refreshing, because sometimes it takes a few minutes for the payment to process and come through. So I'm waiting on that. So technically 29 are filled. We have one available, but refreshing the page just to see that next payment come through. But everybody has paid, and so let's just go over just a couple key things. You all see, again, I tried to make sure this is spelled out on the website, but again, drop your questions if you have any. Drop them while I am here. Drop them here. If you missed the live, you can leave them in the comment section of this video. But one thing to be clear, the registration fee that you see on the website does not include your airfare. You are responsible for your airfare. And with that, you are also responsible for, if you are flying in and you do want shuttle service, you don't have to have shuttle service. It's just something that I was able to provide as something for with the venue and have all that coordinated with the venue. You don't have to do shuttle service, but if you do shuttle service, and obviously you're a person that's flying in, then keep in mind when it is time for you to book your flight in the future, your flight needs to coincide with the shuttle pickup time. And I have already laid out the pickup time and the drop-off time to and from the airport for the retreat, so you can make your reservations, your airline reservations around those times. Hello. Thank you for joining. And so you definitely want to keep that in mind. So if you are flying in, pay attention to what was stated on the website about picking up when the shuttle will be at the airport to pick everybody up and take them to the retreat, to the venue. If you miss that shuttle and you pay for the shuttle, you are on your own for getting to the location. Obviously, for when it's time to leave the property and go back to the airport, you obviously will be able to still take the shuttle back. But if you miss that shuttle going, you are responsible for your transportation to the venue. So I highly suggest, again, pay attention to the pickup time of the shuttle when it's time for you to book your flight, okay? The other thing I want to make sure that I mention is that the fee includes all of the classes by all of these instructors who are masters in their craft. When I told you and I was pumping and priming you, telling you these instructors would be amazing, they simply are. They are hands down all amazing in each of their areas of discipline. You have Isabel, Sandra Lee, you have also Monica, that's so Monica, and then you have Catherine with Sew Your Bag, and Sharissa with I Am Sharissa Renee. So if you are not following any of these ladies, make sure that you follow them on Instagram so you can kind of get familiar with them, their style, the types of things, because you're going to see what the type of things that they share anyway, all of their content that they're already sharing. Hey, Crystal, hey there. You'll see that on their pages, so become familiar with them. I will work out times when I can go live here on Instagram with these ladies, but that'll be later on in the year as things get closer. And then for those who join in the, for all of those in the private Facebook group, for any of the ladies that is on Facebook and that can join in the private Facebook group for discussions and stuff like that, we'll have that happening too as things get closer to the event time. So you will hear from these ladies, no doubt. But in the meantime and in between time, make sure that you're following all of them on all of their social medias. The post before the post that goes up for this live, I tagged all of them. So if you're not following them, you can. And also on the registration page, you see all of the handles are linked, so you can just easily just click on the link and follow them from there. So as I am here, please go ahead and drop in your questions. Thank you everybody for joining. Like I said, I didn't think this would need to be a long live, but if people had questions for me in regards to the retreat, I am here to answer them. Let me do just a very quick recap. We are already at 6:15, and I did say maybe 6:15 might be the cutoff. 6:30 is absolutely the cutoff, but I just want to give everybody time for those who might pop in, pop out, to come in with questions, or people join late, you can have questions, but definitely throw those questions in the comments and I will answer them as I'm sitting here. But quick recap, there is a capacity of 30. Where are we? We have one spot left. One. So you want to come? You want that spot? Grab it. Grab it now, because I did have four come through within the past hour, and so people are probably just getting to their emails and stuff like that, which is amazing. And so with that, so here is the after that 30 is hit, the registration is automatically shut down after that, and it'll probably pop up, or you'll see a message that says this form is no longer accepting responses. So with that, if you get that message or you see that, there is on the retreat page, you will see right next to the form, sitting right next to the form, is a wait list. And so if you want to be included on the wait list, you must fill that form out. Now, what is the purpose of the wait list? Because the capacity is 30. Am I increasing the capacity from 30 to above? I am not. It is not. 30 is the absolute limit. And so what the wait list is for is if, for some reason, someone who registered cannot attend, then the wait list, I will send a notification to the wait list and let everybody know, hey, we have an opening, go ahead, fill out the form, and go ahead and get registered. And, whoever sees it and gets it and fills it out, first come, first serve, right? So as the page says, there is the deposit that anybody pays is not refundable, and it cannot be transferred to anybody else. So, and for those who are in event planning, or you plan trips, or you plan events, I mean, some of this is, people know this. This is just how it goes. So, because there is, there has to be a deposit with the venue, different things like that, other things that need to be settled. And so, no, we are not, if somebody can't make it, okay, I understand, but there's no refund on your deposit, and I'm not transferring to anybody else. So somebody else needs to register if you decide you can't make it, and your registration fee is gone, and whoever decides to register, I open it up and register, they'll have to pay the registration fee. Now say we get into, because read the refund policy, say we get past October 1st, which is the absolute last time anybody can pretty much reach out in regards to a refund. So say there is October, it's after October 1st, and somebody say, oh, something came up, I cannot make it. After October 1st, there is absolutely no refund. It's just the nature of how things go with event planning, with setting everything up with venues, organizing, making sure everything is taken care of for all participants. I cannot refund anything after October 1st. There is a 50% refund, and it does not include your deposit, but a 50% refund before October 1st if you have to cancel for any reason. You only are getting 50% of what you paid up to that point. So, speaking of payment, hello, thank you. Hello, Brooke. Hello. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Just going over a few key points for the retreat. Speaking of which, so everybody at this point, like I just mentioned, just in case you are just popping in, we have a capacity of 30. We have, and let me just refresh, last refresh, we were at 29. We only have one spot available left. And so I'm just going to refresh just to make sure. Okay, yes, we're still sitting on one spot left. So if any of you want to come, I highly suggest you go ahead and register. So moving on to the monthly payment on a monthly payment plan. You pay your deposit and then the total fee with all of the add-ons. So say you added on I have an example on the page, so I'm not going to go into a deep dive on that, but you made your deposit, you added on your shuttle, you added on that, hey, it's going to be 3 people in the room, so you paid the additional $100, and everything, and so now you have your total minus the deposit you've already paid. That balance will be split up. You'll have a payment every month through December. So everybody has to be done paying by December 31st. So for those who just registered just now, say this today, and I only have one spot left. So everybody through today, you paid your deposit. So what I will do, it actually works out really well because I am going to actually send all of you your payment plan at the end of February, just so you all have more time to pay and your payment is not, your payment amount is smaller. So if I waited to March 1st to 30 days after, from say you register February 1st, and I waited to March 1st, to anybody after February 1st that registered, I'm not going to wait till March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, or whatever it is, 30 days later to send you your payment plan. I'd rather send it to you at the end of February so then you can have smaller payments. Because if I waited to start you on your payment plan for those who came in on February 1st or later, your payment will be higher because you only will then have between March and December to pay. I'd rather give you that extra month so your payments can be lower. Now, by all means, I did mention in the registration form, because some people did mention this, that they'd rather have a shorter payment plan or they'd rather pay in full. And so on the registration form, I didn't give those options for people to pay in full. The form couldn't be set up that way. And so when I send out the payment plan, I will have that option. If you rather just pay it in full, you can, or you can choose if you rather have a 6-month, 9-month, or you're just going to be done. Everybody has to be done by December 2024 with their payment. So hello, hey Roz, thanks so much for joining. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So that is that. Yeah, I'm not going to keep you guys. Again, I will refresh once more. I just want to make sure. Yes, we are still sitting at only one spot available. Like I said, within the past hour, there was like 4 registrations that came through. And actually, as I've been refreshing, the one person that hasn't paid, I'm not sure if there was a hiccup or something there, or but yeah, usually when people register, the notification for registration comes through, and then the payment registration flows through right after that. And I had one person where the payment did not come through right away. So hopefully there was no issue with that. If that's you, somebody's watching and you got some kind of kickback or whatever, let me know. But nobody's been having any issues. So my assumption, or my guess, let me not say assumption, would be that maybe the person just didn't put in their credit card information as of yet. But like I said, if you register and you do not pay because the system automatically sends you a reminder and you still don't pay within 24 hours, your registration will automatically be deleted and you will have to start over. I cannot hold up or block anybody from registering that is ready to pay. They're ready to secure their spot. They're ready. So when they fill out the form, they pay, and it's done. It's over. They're just waiting for the payment plan, installment plan. That will go out later at the end of this month. And so yeah, that's that. Any questions? It's 25 minutes in. I'm not gonna hold anybody any longer. This here will also be saved for I get to share this, I think, on YouTube and on Instagram. We'll see how that goes, because this is in this format. It's the landscape for YouTube, but oh well. So any questions? Any questions? So whether you see this on Instagram, whether you see this on Facebook, or whether you see this on YouTube, if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. You can feel free to email me at hello@SewNaturalDane.com. I will get back to you as soon as possible. For all of those who just recently joined or registered, you will get the email from SewNaturalDane with the information for the Facebook group and some other information in there for you. So look out for that. Look in your emails for that. Let me see. It don't look like any questions. All right. Okay. So maybe I should feel good that perhaps the registration, the sign-up form, everything is pretty self-explanatory. I didn't want to look. I don't play with folks' money. I don't play with your time, and I do not play with your resources. So I wanted to make sure that everything is all good, above board, answer anything so people can just see the responses and everything like that. And so, but obviously if you have, because there were several people that had one-off questions that they wanted to ask me, and they just emailed me directly, which is totally fine. You can do that. Email me directly if you think there is something specific that you want to ask, or something like that. You most certainly can. So that is it. Let me do a last refresh and see, because I said we have one spot available, and there's still that one spot available. If that changes, or if the other person payment doesn't process within the 24 hours, there will be two spots open. But either way, get on the waiting list, and I will notify people if the registration, we do hit capacity and not accept any more responses. You'll put yourself on that wait list. I'll send out notification, hey, we got X, this came up, this many spots, or whatever the situation may be, and then that way you can go ahead and register. All right, everybody, that's pretty much it. That's all I got. All right, if you have any questions, email, and leave any comments down below. All right, everybody, that's it. That's all I got. I am going to leave you. You all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Make sure you are following BHM Pattern Designers IG, and of course here, ambassadors and all of that for the BHM Sewing Challenge this month. And post your makes, post what you are working on. At this stage, usually people are just prepping, sewing, cutting, all of that. All of your behind the scenes for BHM Pattern Designers. Make sure you are sharing them in your stories and tagging both SewNaturalDane and at BHM Pattern Designers, so we can see what you're working on and I can repost and share with everybody. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for jumping on in. I appreciate it. Have a blessed evening, and keep an eye out on the grid. We got some fun things coming up. All right. Bye.